And welcome back. It's Mooniestar again. We are going to be playing a bit more of Star Realms. I'm going to try to make it less tutorial. So let's just jump right into some online play. Oh, good. I started up a few games in the past couple days. And let's just get right in here. This one's brand new, okay? So, got this. I've got 2 scouts. Got that. And we're going to attack. And with online games, it will go right into the next game. And so what I have to do is really be mindful of what's in my deck here. Okay. And then also what's being offered in the trade row, as well as my gambits here. So I'll go ahead and get Corvette. Next. And as long as my internet doesn't act up, these are online matches, I need a decent connection. Now here's something interesting. I already have a embassy yacht. If I want this other one, it's a weird strategy. Let's go for it, and why not? It's still the beginning of the game. We've still got, he's only 2 authority down. Next game. Okay. All scouts. This one is also just started. I bought a frigate here. I do need some money, and I do need defense. We'll do that. Very good. And next, that should be... Alright, we have one more. Depending on how active people play... okay, I'm down to 20. Depending on how active these opponents are, we may be having active games, which is pretty cool. Okay, got a lot of green. Actually, I have an equal amount. I've only got... yeah, there's only one of these cards in here, so if you're able to grab it, it's pretty invaluable, so... But, unfortunately, I won't be able to really scrap this Explorer unless I just want to tighten up my deck. Which wouldn't be a bad idea. I've still got a lot of stuff to scrap, which, speaking of which, I'll go ahead and get this missile bot. Okay. And end my turn. I'm not going to pop that station. I've got 2 low health. I may not win that match. I probably won't win that match. Alright. Here's an also... I'll go ahead and get this attack. Alright. Okay, those are all the turns. Now, usually what I do when everything's green, like it says their turn, is I will just start a new game. You can switch between 48 hours, 3 minutes. That's kind of a lot of a difference there. And I showed you in the last video, you can switch on or off to have Gambit cards and the bases and ships. I like having them. It's the expansion pack that I paid for, and then you usually have to wait for an opponent to come through. This is the refresh. You can sit here and refresh it, and as people take their turns, this will be pushed back into the queue. And honestly, once you get the hang of it, it can go really quickly. I'll go ahead and get Cutter. That's pretty good to have early. And 11 damage. Now, I hit him for 11. It says 10 authority. This is an energy shield. Whenever not your bases are attacked, you reduce the damage by 1. And then you can scrap it to draw a card. And then his other one is Surprise Assault, where it's just scrap the Gambit for 8 damage automatically. So, and then I've got this not-so-favorite card of mine right there. And, yeah, I should be fine. Let's go ahead and end that. Yeah, so they're going to take... Oh, there we go. Steve! Wonderful. Wonderful Steve. So, I suppose I should mention that you can go into these games and you can kind of review the moves that you've made. You can see their level, and it says 7/7/8, which means he is 1 win away from being level 8. That's kind of how they do. You can look at the log, and this log doesn't really go very far. It's only it'll only show as much as their turn and then your turn in the one window. It does not keep track of the entire game. I don't know why. That'd be a really nice feature, because there are some games that I've played where I'm like, no idea why I really lost. I thought I had a great hand. Go ahead and start a new one, because Steve has to take his turn. Aha. I'm actually interested to see what level this guy is. I keep getting him. Oh, oops. Well, never mind. Oh boy. Now, every now and then this will happen. So, we've got all 3 cutters in play. This is amazing. And I'm playing Matt M. Matt M is a very high level. I keep getting him in my randoms, and I have won matches against him. I have won, but I'll say a good 70 to 80% of the time I will lose, and I'm pretty humble when it comes to it. You know, again, for the type of game that it is, sometimes I just don't have the strategy, and sometimes the good old RNG just doesn't work for me some days. But yeah, playing against Madam is I almost might as well just concede right here, especially with this amazing trade row here, because in my last video, I don't know if these came up, but you have this is the highest, the most expensive Star Empire base you can have, Fleet HQ. All of your ships get +1 damage, and so coupled with, and this is Yellow faction, Yellow's gimmick is drawing from your hand, and it can really pile on the damage. It's pretty amazing. But anyway, there's really not a lot I can do except pick a cutter. It would be insane to, let's not even touch that. But I think the worst that can happen is if I pick one of these cutters, and I don't have any gambits to get me another one, unless I'm guaranteed to get minimum 4 scouts in my next hand. That's going to happen. He may get, because every hand starts with 8 scouts and 2 vipers. Just statistically, he is going to probably have 4 scouts, and he'll get these other 2 cutters, and it's an automatic advantage over me. But that's the way this cookie crumbles. It's kind of nice to have this on video. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to take the one on the right. Okay. If it was going to be a freighter, I probably would have lost my mind, because that would be... the only good thing about that is if he chose to take the freighter, and then I would be free to take these other 2 cutters. Now that's what's going to happen with him, freeing up these 2 spaces here, and all I can do is attack him. It's just going to be 1 because he's got the energy shield gambit. If a freighter if a freighter does appear at some point, he can acquire it without using any of, it's basically a free card. But regardless, all I can do is end my turn. I know he's going to get these. He would be quite silly to take the survey ship, but we'll see how that pans out. Okay, I think someone else... Here we go. I think there's... Jones is another one. Okay. That's going to be next up. Okay. Do I have... Yeah, we were just starting out. Trade Escort is a very good card to have. And it looks like he's already hit me quite hard. So I'll probably go for the ram. The cool thing about rams is that if you have 2 of them, that's 14 damage automatically, and then you can scrap them for 6 money, or 6 trade. I keep saying money. Well, regardless, it's the same thing. So, but yeah, we'll just see where that goes. Next game. Yep, Jones. B-Belt Jones. Okay. And alright, now this was the game that I have both embassy yachts. If you remember from last time, if you have 2 or more bases in play, you get to draw 2 cards. On top of that, even if you don't have those, you automatically gain 3 health and 2 trade. So, and since I have 2 of those, the likelihood of me drawing those is obviously doubled. So what I need in my deck now is for any outpost or any base. So I'm going to get the Star Market. I don't like the idea of really like having 1 money left over if I can help it. So even though this will provide me defense, I think I can live without that, with it being the beginning of the game. So there we go, and I drew one of them. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 7. Provided that he doesn't draw 7 trade, I will get that Mega Hauler. And Mega Hauler, acquire any ship without paying its cost and put it on top of your deck, plus gain 5 health, and has the ally ability of drawing a blue card. That's really good to pair up with Port of Call, or even Freighter, or any other blue, obviously. It doesn't have to give you health, though if it does, you're basically just overpowered. So, okay. Should be getting some health soon, which is fine, because I'm ahead of the game as it is. Now, what I can do, having 2 frigates, because these have the triple ability of making your opponent discard. You can scrap to draw, etc., etc. However, well, I don't have any green, but Blob's Destroyer, even by itself, is pretty powerful. But I'm going to go ahead and get the frigate and end that turn. And see, people are actively playing against me, and so, yeah, Allegations is back. Alright. Okay, so I don't have any blue allies, and there's none on the field except Mega Hauler, and I can't afford that. The only way I could afford that is if I end up drawing that Explorer and one of these Scouts, which is a decent... It could happen, but... So I think what I'll do is get this Ram, just for the damage. Alright, so what I'll do... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I'll probably do is, okay, Missile Mech will probably be a good one, or I will purchase the Battle Station and the Frigate. But we'll see how that plays out. Oh, pretty good, Steve. Pretty good. Because, as you can see, I was in prime position to get that freighter, even though I don't have, because I don't have 4 trade in my hand, but I could have had it. So what I'm going to do is get Embassy Yacht and attack him, and just move on to the next. Alright. Alright, sure enough. Now what I could do is, yeah, I've got some decent odds, but what I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way is, yeah, let's go ahead and get this missile mech here. And we're only 5 points away now. Okay. Alright, and we're back to waiting for our turns. I'll go ahead and get another game started. That was quick. Good, good. Alrighty. Now this is going to be frustrating for them. Let's see what level they are. 18. This game is supposed to pair you up with someone within close to your level, and seeing as how I'm still at the measly veteran 5, once you hit level 5, you cannot go below that. It's really easy to get knocked down, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this freighter so they can't have it. Now, they can have all four of these if they really want to with the smuggling, but I've only seen people take recycling station, which if you have both recycling stations in your deck, that can be pretty intimidating, but it's not something I see too often anymore. Alright, next. Okay. And just start up another one. Because usually, if there aren't any games going on... Okay. Now, I could have sworn there was another one. This is the original, opponent with this name, STFU Donnie. Because I believe I'm playing someone spells it with an IE, and he has the capitals here. It's pretty fun. You get some interesting names on here. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Alright. Well, luckily, we do have something to buy, and I am a really big fan of getting Federation Shuttle in the first, say, 3 turns. No more than that. By the 3rd turn, you should have trade in your hand. Even if it's just explorers. But yeah. So. Okay, and got a handful of scouts. Probably get the trade escort going on. Alright. Now, normally I would get this battle mech. It's a decent card. Kind of average. So what I'm going to do, because I do eventually need bases, and the earlier you get them. So I'm going to have that, and then get this cheap scrap card here, trade bot. 2 battle screechers. I don't like the looks of that. Alright. Of course, I'm not in these leaderboards. I am terribly, terribly in last place. I find it strange that all of these start with B. All of those start with B. All of these start with B. That is quite strange. I can't explain that. I'm not sure if I want to explain that, why it's clustered this way. Ah, there we go. Huh. Alright, interesting. These are all level 1s. And then once it's level 2, and then it goes into randoms, so. Okay, got a new game started. And it's his turn, but we do have little Steve. Good old Steve. Alright, looks like Steve took another... This kind of card, Patrol Mech, this should not be underestimated. I'm not going to say it's useless for what it costs, because, clearly you can get 3 trade or 5 damage, but it can become pretty invaluable when it's paired up with another scrap card here. But anyway, let's see. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to use Recycling Station's trade here, so I can have 5 to get my battle mech. And still no blue, and still no bases, just the one recycling station. Did he? Okay, he's got freighter. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And with Matt, yep, yep. And he's getting, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Alright, so what I can do here, because I only have the one, I feel like I still need more trade. So I'm going to get this survey ship, and usually with these, if the hand is right, I will pop these to make my opponent discard, especially paired up with frigate, and you can make them discard 2 or 3 in one turn. It can be pretty advantageous. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the one from the right. It's gonna be interesting to see what comes up, because see, not so much Fleet HQ. I showed that one. Command ship is probably, I'm gonna say it's not the most aggressive card in the whole game. It's the most aggressive ship. If you have this, it's nearly a guaranteed win. You'd have to really try to not have a win. You'd basically have to have a really crap hand comparatively. A bunch of 1s and 2s for the cost, because this is 4 authority and 5 attack, and then you draw 2, and then if you pair it, you can destroy bases and outposts, and that, wow. But anyway, such a good one to have. So let's get survey ship. Survey says another recycling station. Alright, so he's got 3 scouts. Unless he pops this Gambit, I don't see Matt doing that, but he may, because he'll probably like that shield. So he is reduced to either survey ship, Imperial frigate, or even an explorer. So go ahead and end my turn there. Alright, so I've automatically got 4 trade, and possibly 5 or even up to 6 trade. Still not enough for command ship, but we'll have to see. Alright, and I do have to discard a card. That's alright. What's coming up? Okay. I think what I'll do... Oh, he did. Yep. Oof. He knows where to hit, and this is his draw pile. He's got nothing but trade in here. He could easily get command ship or fleet HQ. He will probably go for command ship once he has all 8 trade. So here we go. Okay, now I do at least have some healing ability with that, so, but I am going to hang on to this survey ship for a little while longer and attack him. Okay, so I've got 5. Unfortunately, that leaves me with recycling station or Imperial frigate. For now, he could be drawing something else. Alright, but I'm going to try to move a little more quickly through these. It says play all through here. I do tend to not use that, just because it can really kind of work against you in some moves. So let's just go through the motions here. Okay, wonderful. Alright. And Fed Shuttle. I think I'm going to leave that. Alright, back to Matt M. He's got... Now he only was able to have 6 trade then. And that's alright. So what we're going to do... We have just enough for Mech World. Mech World, it counts as an ally for all factions, and it has... not only is it an outpost, but it has 6 defense, and it's only worth 5. So I think that's pretty good. I try to get that one whenever I can. Unfortunately, I can't attack him. He's already 10 points ahead of me. Yeah, I have to end my turn. However, what I will do, I'm going to go ahead and use this for my Mech World, because what could happen is I could draw the trade escort and get the ally ability for that. I did not. That's okay though, because I still have another blue with the cutter in my hand. Okay. They did not scrap that explorer. I guess they're planning on buying something. Okay, I do have to discard. That's fine. Go ahead and discard that. I will go ahead and scrap one of these. Okay. And draw. There we go. Oh, wonderful. Okay. And I'm above. Next. Alright, I do have freighter. What I'm going to do is they're going to get that freighter as well. I could see them getting... I've seen people get patrol mech as well, but because they like the damage that gives, but you really want to have freighter when you're in early game. Which I could get if they don't get, and that's fine. Okay. No matter what, I always scrap. I always am scrapping cards. There's really not too much reason not to. Exactly. Okay. So, what that leaves me with, however, because, and here's where I'm actually really glad I got this early on, is because I have that much in one hand. I will go ahead and get this arc by scrapping my blob wheel. Boom. And arc, just to clarify, because I don't think this one has really come up, scrap up to 2 cards in your hand and or discard pile. Draw a card for each card scrapped in this way. It's a ship version of Brain World. Pretty awesome. You can also scrap it to destroy target base. This is really good for endgame when you're giving that super final push to win. And on top of that, you have the 5 damage. So there we go. And we'll go ahead and end. I was tempted to pop my draw 2 cards Gambit, but I think I can hold off. And Steve again. Okay. Now what we're going to do, nothing in the trade where everything costs either 3 or 4. So I'm going to discard Scout and just go for it. Yeah. Alright, I already have 3 scrap cards. I usually try to keep that 2 or 3 scrap cards. Like, I like 3. I feel like 3 is a really good number to have. So what I'm gonna do though is I probably need a green. I'll get this base to try to complement the Embassy Yacht as well as Fortress Oblivion. We'll see how that works. Okay. And there you go. There's the 2 recycling stations I had mentioned earlier. Okay. Go ahead and grab cutter. Ah. And not every time. I was really hoping to get that freighter because my plan was to get trade escort. That's okay. I will go ahead and get this missile bot. Take out one of these recycling stations. And then hopefully I will get this trade or escort next turn. Steve, we're back again, and I will have enough trade. Wonderful. Okay. Let's go ahead and get this other ram. Nothing like 2 rams. There we go. Awesome. I do like that. I do. We're staying ahead of the game. 49-28. That's good. What level are you? Level 8. Okay. I think what I'll try to do is play. They seem to be pretty active. I will try to play against a couple of wins or losses, whichever I get. So, freighter first. Scout. Obviously going to scrap this Viper because I will be able to take out this and get the trade escort. And we can go ahead and peek at what they're going to get. They will have 6 trade, possibly 7 they can scrap and get that mothership, but we'll see how that turns out. Back against Matt. Okay. Still haven't got command ship. We'll see how that works out for us. So what I can do is I'm going to grab this ram here. That's basically all I can do. I didn't have enough attack to take out his base here. Alright. I used to hang on to Gambits when I first started playing with them. Sometimes not all that advantageous. Oh, he did not. Okay. Alright, so we have to discard. I'm going to go ahead and discard the scout. I think I did have... Right. So we'll scrap these 2. And in exchange we'll draw 2. Good, good. Okay. So, since I have several... Having the Ark or Brain World in your deck, that's, even by itself, that will eventually be more than enough scrapping power. You can supplement it with maybe one other scrap card. But, so I'm going to go ahead and get Trade Pod, and that for the... I'll get Fortress Oblivion just for the fact that it's an outpost. Okay. 6 trade in that hand. Alright, so I'm going to try to stock up on bases with this because, see, if one of these other ones was a base, I would be able to draw 2. That's what I'm hoping to put into play here. Alright, so... Okay. Scrap these 2. Wow, very nice. Okay. I do have an embassy yacht, as well as a lot of green. So what I'm going to do is I will get this world, but I will also get Blob Fighter and take out that machine base. Okay, it's up next with Matt. Ah. Okay, he didn't scrap that Explorer, that's fine. Can do what he likes. He does have Stealth Needle. That does make me a little nervous. He will probably win this match. He's already very on the up and up here. But what he doesn't know... 4, 5, 6, 7. So close. Oh, so very close. What I'm going to do... yeah, I don't have any scrapping. I need scrap. So, best I can do is just take out his bases. I didn't have enough. We are still 10 points away. I'm actually still above. You start with 50. So I'm a little above what you start with. I don't know if I want to get rid of that survey ship, but it'll be fine. Okay. If all else fails, I can pop that up. Oh, now that was amazing. It happened very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. So he had 2 Imperial fighters. They both attack you for 2. Allies for 2. They make you discard. 2 frigates. They attack you for 4 each. And also make you discard. And then their ally is +2. Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. He had... interesting. I guess he had 2... Yeah, he had 2 battle barges and then 1 of these each. This log window must have changed since I really last looked at it. Okay. So, what I have to do is decide which one to get rid of. My god. Okay, but at least I don't have any starter cards coming up in my deck. I've been getting rid of quite a bit of them. However, goodness. I think what I'll do, obviously these, yeah, I'll go ahead and just discard those and play this. That was brutal, Steve. What did I ever do to you? Okay, next. I do realize this video is running quite long, so I think what I will do is get this Mega Hauler. I'm going to go ahead and scrap this, even though I can't attack, and I will end my turn. Wonderful. Now hopefully he will buy something, and something very nice and expensive will come out instead. So, aha. Brain World, just to show you guys. Scrap up to 2 cards from your hand and or discard pile. Draw a card for each card trapped this way. It's just like the Arc. But this is the most powerful card outpost in the deck. So, alright, let's get real quick back to Matt here. Let's see what he does. He was 1 away from that command ship. I could feel it. I could feel he was mad. I think we're both really trying to get that. I don't think he has, yeah, I don't think any, yeah, we don't have, there's a few cards, green, where you can scrap cards in the trade row, and so I could easily take these out of the equation, but I'm not going to do that. So, I'll just scrap the scout. I'll get an ally ability, because I still have Mech World up. And I'll go ahead and get this battle station as well. There it is, battle pod. You can scrap a card in the trade row. Yeah. Okay, we're still 10 apart. Okay, so looks like 1, 2. It's going to be difficult. I may be able to pull it off. However, he may be close to pulling it off as well. I don't see it happening, but we'll try to see. Okay. What I'm going to do is I will leave the game. And I'll give him maybe just a minute. Just to take his turn. And we'll see. Actually, I'll go ahead and take the turn against another opponent, just so I'm not exactly wasting time here. But if he comes back, if it says that it's his turn, I'll exit this match. Ooh, what a good hand. I do like that. Alright. I like damage. I do like damage. Playing a lot of yellow in this hand, and that's alright. Let's get the yellow out. There he is. Alright, I think I'll make this last move for the video. Okay. He did take out my mech world. I kind of, I didn't forget. It just, well, maybe I did forget. Alright, let's draw. Okay. And draw again. Wunderbar. Alright, so, unfortunately, well, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do it. I'm going to scrap my RAM. And I'm going to get this command ship because it's been sitting there for way too long. Also, I have a nice 14 damage to deal with him, and I'm going to go ahead and make him discard at least one. Whatever that one will be. It's going to be one of these 6. And I'm finally above him. Yes. So, he will end that turn. Alright, let's leave the game. And I think that's enough for today. Thanks for watching, guys.